This week on Canadian Whitetail.
An outfitter, a guide, a hunter, and a father. A career built on helping others makes time for yourself slim, but as the old saying goes, even the hardest working dog has his day. Over the years, a lot of people have asked why. Why all the time? The work? Why is a passion transformed into a lifestyle? Our family's lifestyle? Why does it mean so much? The answer is so simple. All of that work, the scouting, the preparation, is for two reasons. To share the knowledge, the tradition, the love of deer, from those weathered with experience, to the next generation to carry. The other reason is even simpler. The work is to fuel that yearning desire, the longing for those split-second moments when all of that work comes together. Because those few times in a lifetime that it does, you no longer have to ask why when you experience moments like these with the biggest wild whitetails to ever walk. I mean, he's a gorgeous deer that I couldn't be happier to take. He's just beautiful. What a fitting end to an incredible season.
Dean Partridge's Canadian Whitetail is proudly brought to you by Limb Saver, products that work. Ozonics, undetectable, undeniable. Elite Archery, the world's most shootable bow. Under Armour, go where you don't belong. Excalibur Crossbow, the most trusted crossbows on the planet. Big & J long range attractants. The aroma is super strong. The range is super long. Central boiler, outdoor wood furnaces. Performance and value by design. Nocturnal lighted nocks. Switch on accuracy. The Whitetail Institute of North America. Slick Trick, the no excuses broadhead. Bog Pod, hunting rests, bipods, and tripods. Glendale, the biggest and toughest 3D targets in the universe. And by Dual. Get real with Dual game calls.
Growing up in an outfitting family in the world-famous Edmonton Bowzone put Justin Iwanchuk on one path, and that was the path of a guide. And growing up learning about mature whitetails, learning how to help others on their hunt of a lifetime, can earn a special place in the heart of a hunter. Justin's spring and summers are filled with scouting, trail cameras, and prep work for the upcoming season, for the new hunters in camp, to provide them with the best hunts and the best results that he can, while also hunting for himself. And at his young age, Justin and his family have a trophy whitetail collection that rivals any. 2016 starts off just the same, scouting, preparing bind locations, and clearing shooting lanes for tree stand sites, making sure everything will be just right come fall for the hunters and for themselves. All the while including his son in the process to pass on the love, tradition, and enjoyment found in the deer woods. With some of the prep work done, Justin shifts gears and starts heading out in the evenings to watch some of the ag fields in the areas, looking for those bucks that they know. And on one such scouting mission, he's rewarded with a sighting of a buck that they call Bubba and have been after for a couple of years.
Now Bubba, after 3 years, I've seen this buck. Hopefully this is the year.
With a huge frame, this encounter with the buck is priceless, to give Justin the opportunity to watch and learn how the buck enters, exits, and uses the field. Just a gorgeous big frame buck, a deer that would be anyone's target. After watching the buck, Justin makes a plan, hangs a trail camera on a stand, hoping that when checking the camera later that he'd made the right move. It turned out to be just the right spot, as the buck they call Bubba, a big frame 5x5, was passing by the trail camera regularly. They were set up, and with the season nearing, it was time to get Justin's friend Blair in the tree.
This segment of Canadian Whitetail has been brought to you by Under Armour. Go where you don't belong. This segment has been brought to you by Hoyman. Portable, gas-free, and effective. Clearing shooting lanes has never been easier than with the new 40-volt battery-powered lightweight saw. Hoyman, create your window of opportunity.
The first day on stand for Bubba, the anticipation is overwhelming. Justin has good friend Blair in the tree as the hunter, hoping for an encounter with the buck in the now cut canola field. After getting settled in, it doesn't take long for the deer to start making their way out of the timber into the field. In the group of bucks is a beautiful big framed 8-point, but as light fades, Blair spots movement, and it's their target buck, Bubba. Unfortunately out of range, and with light fading, they would have to return tomorrow to try again.
Okay, September 19th. Justin and I hung this stand 3 days ago. We let it simmer in the rain, washed all the scent away we got into last night. We had 7 different bucks come by, and the big boy was the last one. It was just not a camera light. So we're back in here tonight.
With the group of bucks coming out to the field, Blair and Justin notice a bigger buck in the back. As the buck approaches, they realize it is not the buck that they call Bubba, but an even bigger 5x5 with kickers. An absolute giant typical, making his way closer, quickly. Unfortunately, the new stranger buck stops to feed, out of range, providing no shot, but they still have an encounter with the deer that we all dream about, ending another evening in the tree.
Okay, so September 20th, Justin and I sat the last 2 nights on the other side of the canola, about 300 yards away, and all the bucks have been funneling out of this corner of cow pasture. So today, this afternoon, we come in, we hung a quick stand, cut our shooting lanes. We're going to sit tonight and see what happens. There's a new buck showed up last night. He's a giant, huge frame, big, wide, 5x5. There's him. There's another deer we call Bubba. Either one of those comes out tonight, there's going to be an arrow flying.
Again, shortly into the evening, the bucks begin to move, and well within range. It was looking like their decision to make a move was working out perfectly. As more bucks pass, they notice movement to the right, and however it's not a target buck, it's a tremendous up-and-comer deer that they know well and call browsers. With a 6x6 frame, great tines, and huge brows, this is definitely a buck that they want to see grow. But what an experience just to watch the buck up close so early in the evening. Unfortunately, that was the last sighting of the day as night comes and light fades.
This segment has been brought to you by Central Boiler Outdoor Wood Furnaces. A central boiler easily connects to your existing forced air, in-floor radiant, baseboard, or dual heat system to heat your entire home in domestic water. Central Boiler, performance and value by design. This segment of Canadian Whitetail is brought to you by Wild Edge and the ultimate climbing system, the Step Ladder. Safely design your climb in any tree, anywhere, with the most versatile, lightweight, and compact climbing system, the Step Ladder.
Now mid-November, and no further encounters with the buck they call Bubba, Justin heads in to check the trail camera that he had set up in a spot that he'd planned to hunt himself if he had time. After 2.5 months of guiding other hunters and helping his friends, Justin sees a window of just a couple of days to hunt for himself. Checking a camera outside of his guiding territory, well, Justin is well rewarded with multiple photos of a gnarly old buck traveling the area regularly. Heavy beam, splits, and well mature, Justin decides quickly to hang a stand in hopes of a closer look at the buck. Just a couple of days after hanging his stand, and with only a couple of days to hunt, Justin is headed in to sit for the day. With new hunters coming in shortly, friends still with tags in their pocket that could use help, and work all on his plate. For so many of us like Justin, that day in a tree is such an escape, a time for quiet, reflection, mixed with anticipation.
Okay, so I just got set up in my stand. It's about 10:30 in the morning here. And I'm hoping for some midday activity. I'm just in a real good pinch point. Funnel, scrapes, rubs all around me here, so, you know, just looking for a good old mature buck to come through. I know there's a couple in the area. So, might try some rattling, some grunting, maybe doe estrus bleat. And hang tight and hopefully something will funnel through. So we'll sit tight and see what happens.
With a few rattling sequences and calling throughout the morning, it's slow, but early in the afternoon Justin notices a buck sneaking through the thicket. Justin recognizes the deer as the buck he had set up for and gets ready.
Welcome to this week's Canadian Whitetail Scouting segment. Locate, learn, set up, hunt. Brought to you by Big & J Long Range Attractants. The aroma is super strong. The range is super long.
Early spring is a great time for scouting and learning the deer woods that you hunt in. And if you use minerals for deer, it's also time to replenish them. Mineral stations are not a one and done tool. They need to be replenished to continue to supply those deer with the minerals that they need. Well, I want to top them up in the early spring, as it's the time of year that deer are going to need and utilize those minerals the most. Often when someone places minerals, it's then left. deer activity drops, and that's because it's not being maintained. Healthy bucks produce better racks, and healthy does produce more nutritious milk for newborn and soon-to-be-born fawns, all which helps build a healthier deer herd in the area that you hunt.
This week's Canadian Whitetail Scouting segment has been brought to you by Big & J Long Range Attractants. This segment of Canadian Whitetail is brought to you by Nocturnal Lighted Nocks. Nocturnal Lighted Nocks, string activated, simple, switch on accuracy, and let it glow.
Justin has found luck on his day to hunt, as his target buck is making his way closer, quickly. The big buck begins to make a rub, and Justin sees his chance.
I just smoked a giant. Like a ghost coming behind me. 2:30 in the afternoon, haven't seen a deer. Unbelievable. Well, here he is. Absolute awesome bush buck. Got to be probably a good 6 years old. Man, I was sitting in my stand from about 9 o'clock this morning, all day. Never seen a deer, never heard nothing. And about, I guess it'd be about 2:30, 3 o'clock, I was standing up facing my tree, and I look, here comes a deer, and I seen big tines, big mass, and got the camera on him, and he started coming like he was gonna come underneath me. And he stopped, turned back the way he'd come, started raking a willow. So, I adjusted the camera a little bit. I smoked him. A slick trick, put it right perfect in the heart. Everything was awesome. Ozonics worked. Wind, he was almost right downwind. Had the ozonics above me going the whole time. So just an absolute awesome animal, and nice, quick, clean death, what he deserved. So I couldn't be happier. These bases are just insane. Just a beautiful, beautiful animal. I'm very, very happy.
A beautiful deer is riding for such a deserving person, and it doesn't matter where you hunt, even the world famous Edmonton Bowzone. Big mature bucks are just tough. It takes skill, patience, and know-how to be successful, which are all traits of a good hunter and a good outfitter. Congratulations, Justin, on an absolutely gorgeous whitetail, and I'm sure it won't be the last. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Canadian Whitetail.
Well, as you can see, this rub is why I set up here. I was walking on a trail and I seen this rub, and I set up, caused me to investigate, hang my trail camera. And it's funny and fitting that he died right by the rub that caught my eye, and why I set up here. So truly blessed.
To book a hunt in our Alberta outfitting area, including the world famous Edmonton Bowzone, contact us at the email that you see on the screen or message us on Facebook.
Closed captioning for Canadian whitetail is provided by huntsask.ca, your information source for Canada's best whitetail hunting. Hunt Saskatchewan, Canada. Canadian Whitetail has also been brought to you by the Heater Bodysuit, #1 in cold weather hunting gear, Black Eagle Arrows, superior carbon technology, Scott Archery, and CBE bow sights. Canadian Whitetail has also been brought to you by these fine sponsors. For exclusive content, follow Dean and the team on Facebook, as well as on Instagram and Twitter @WhitetailDean. To view all past and present episodes of Canadian Whitetail, as well as new original content, visit us on our YouTube and Carbon TV channels. For Canadian Whitetail gear and apparel, visit CanadianWhitetailTV.com.
Audio